Successful escapes. Number 3. Hello, I'm HG Tudor, allowing you to hear from people who have utilized my material and my services to achieve a successful escape, done to enable you to make your own decisions about the efficacy of my work by hearing from others, and to potentially inspire you to work hard to achieve your own freedom. First, we're going to hear from Joe, who talks about his own experiences against an interesting backdrop of familial circumstances.
Hello HG and fellow Tudorites. My name is Joe and I'm speaking from Prague. I was brought up in a childhood home with two parents who were empaths and a grandmother who I now understand to have been a narcissist. So that was quite the environment for creating someone prone to narcs, as you can imagine. And furthermore, when I was a young child, my mother was befriended by a woman who, again, I now understand to be a narcissist, and her eldest son became my best friend, and we were in class together. And round about the end of primary school, he began subjecting me basically to devaluing behaviours, and I didn't understand why, of course. I was a kid, and I was pretty trapped in this poisonous relationship because we were in class together. And I kind of underachieved at school in a sense, partly because of that. Once I got into romantic relationships, inevitably narcissists came along and I fell for them. But it was at the end of one such relationship, when I was in full-scale devaluation, round about 2016 this was, when I discovered a Facebook post listing 7 signs of narcissistic abuse in a relationship. And I read that and sort of the scales fell from my eyes. So I went home, entered it into YouTube, narcissistic abuse, and it took me a while to sift through content creators, but yours began to emerge. And then in 2019, I used your narc detector test on someone and was able to establish that they were a narcissist and escape a new relationship, which would have been bad news, and break the emotional thinking. So essentially, HG, your work has given this middle-aged man a taste of freedom from narcissism that he didn't have until middle age, basically. And for that, I thank you and will continue to.
That is the experience of Joe. Now we're going to hear from Monica, who found herself entangled with a narcissist, and how she applied my work to achieve freedom.
Hi HG, this is Monica from India. I have been a listener of your program on YouTube for the past 2.5 years. I like to share my story, and this all began in 2020 when my mother recently passed away, and I was facing a abusive situation at my home by my own uncles. I met the man, which I would not say the name. I met this man who is considered to be very charming and very confident. He comes from a very how am I supposed to say, a conservative masculine background. When I never met this man for the two and a half for the 2.5 months that we have been sharing messages on Facebook. I came across this man online, which then one fine day in November, when I decided that we should exchange number and we should meet from the very first beginning, from the very first day onward, I hadn't even suspected it, and it was love bombing, which it was constant messages, constant phone calls for the past 1 month. And given the situation, my depression or my low self-esteem, I never suspected. Even when few of my friends tried to warn me about this man, I didn't listen. Due to my traumatic situation, I blurted out everything about my past life experiences, my relationship status, my work profile, how much do I earn, how much I've inherited for after my mother's death. And there was pinpointing about my weight. I pinpointing about my weight and making cruel jest about my depressive state, that I'm not good looking enough, that I do not deserve to stand next to him. All this went out for we were friends with benefits, and but when my depression started to grew up, he noticed, and I accepted the relationship proposal, which turned out to be a very massive mistake. On my birthday, I found out that he had been cheating on me with another person, a trailer trash Tina, am I supposed to say? Somebody from the lower background other than him. I found out that he had been cheating, and he shifted the entire blame on me, stating that I was the one who had been forcing the relationship on him. At least for when I couldn't stop crying for at least 1 month, I decided to go into therapy. I took the number, and that is when I started to make two and two together. I was dealing with a covert narcissist. There could have been more partners. There could have been more side chicks. He blocked me from everywhere. And after 1 whole year, I found out he had been married. And when I went through with my psychiatrist and says he's got a permanent supply for now. So if I had been much more emotional regarding my context, I'm thankful for the escape. And I came across your program in the August of 2021, and I'm very thankful to you. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to escape that Tinder swindler from India. Most likely, a lot of men are narcissistic in their tendencies in here. But I don't know if you believe in a higher power, but God bless you, man. You saved me. You really saved me up. Thanks.
To further individuals who have achieved freedom through the application of my work. If you'd like to share your story with other viewers, feel free to email me at narcissist1909@gmail.com, heading your email Successful Escape, and attach either a video or audio file or your written submission for me to narrate. Provide your name, it needn't be your real name, and where you are in the world. And then explain the circumstances you found yourself in, what it is of my work that you have embraced. Was it the videos, the books, particular things from the Knowledge Vault? Did you speak to me in consultation, etc.? And talk about how that has helped you and where that has got you to, so that other people can gain further understanding. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.